We here with a beautiful soul, a beautiful human being that just, he wanted to give something back to not only the children, but just to the world. And the biggest thing we can always give is our testimony. Right here we have the world-renowned special guy, barber, very talented, jack of all trades, kingFIsh. So, you know, this is his street testimony. You don't always have to go to a church or be in the pulpit to give a testimony. You know what I mean? Just, you know, tell them about yourself, where you from.
Jersey City.
Ups and downs.
New York, Jersey City, the hood, everywhere. You know, here with my boy E. I love E, man. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna turn into something, E. You know that, right?
Just
it is. It's gonna turn into something,
honest, man.
Honestly, man. Like I said just now, it's my purpose. What I'm chasing now is not money, it's purpose. It's these. That's my purpose. These children right now. That's what my purpose is. I don't need
money. If I can ask you a question,
yeah.
What got you into the streets? What led you to the streets?
What led me to the streets was a tragic loss in, I say, 85, when I had lost my father. He had a homicide, and not long after that, I believe it was 87, and my mother and all of the adults in my house was arrested by the FBI. So I went to grammar school without my parents, and what was easy for me to do was the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I caught a case right here on this, right here where we sitting at, right here, home for lunch from school, Snyder High School, right up the block. Selling weed, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? At that time, it was just like, you know, I needed I needed a lot of, in my head, I needed a lot of money. I didn't have a plan what I was going to do with it, but everybody and from me growing up, my uncles, my aunts, my mom, my dad, everybody, you know, was hustlers. You know what I'm saying? So I gravitated towards the streets because of it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for a time it paid off as far as the money is concerned, but it didn't provide the happiness that I was running behind. I wasn't satisfied at all. But
now, at your height in the streets, when do you believe was your best year, and what was the amount that the most that you think you touched or stacked up at your best?
three or 400,000 that I could touch at any given time. You know, safes everywhere, bank accounts everywhere. You know, just different things that I you know what I mean, I set in motion to make my system run like a you know, like a system, like a you know what I mean, like a chain on a bike. So, and I did that, you know, by myself, because like I said, the adults in my life was incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, for some years, you know what I mean. I graduated grammar school without them, you know, so, you know what I mean. When I think back to that time, though, real, like, you know, the reality of it, like, it's like, what child deserves to do that, to have to go to grammar, you know, or have to grow up without their parents on any level, you know what I mean? Whether it's death or jail or just not being interested in being in their children's lives. What child should have to go through that? So when I think back to my childhood, and then when I look at my children, you know, that I avoided coming into the streets like I did, and having to choose that, I feel sorry for the little child in me, you know. But at the same time, I feel blessed too. You know what I mean? I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed because I'm still here. I'm 48. And I got people who love me, people, you know what I'm saying, like E. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got people who love me. Like, you know, God loved me too. You know what I'm saying? So,
what do you think led to you an addiction? Was it a certain trauma, or was it just, hey, it's the 80s?
It was a certainty. It was a certainty that it provided. It provided a certainty for me, knowing that once I dealt with the substance, that for a time it'd be okay. And I was certain about that. You know what I'm saying? And what got me into it, what made me, you know, fall into that spiral was, you know, my contribution to, you know, other people's hardships. You know, I was in the laboratory for a long time, a lot of decades, and sitting on the perch from somewhere, you know, controlling people who didn't know me. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I didn't know that I was really directly involved in people's hardships, but God told me that I was, in so many words, and made me listen and watch. And then he made me experience those hardships too. You know.
If you could do one thing different, what would it be?
I would get my education. I would listen to my elders and the people who was, you know, making an effort to steer me in the right direction. And I would give it all my might, because I know the value in that now. Pretty much.
Last question. What's your next move?
My next move is, like I said, I'm chasing this. I'm chasing purpose. You know what I'm saying? I want to help somebody. I want somebody to feel me. I want them to know that I understand. I understand. Y'all not unique. You're not unique. None of y'all are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the shit y'all doing, I'm the author of. I'm the author of the idea. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even unique. None of us are. But my choice would be, you know what I'm saying, to make the last effort in this chapter of my life to have some sort of purpose, man, a reward in me. And I believe that reward will come from me giving me to someone who could use it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you need that hug some days, sometimes you just need somebody to say hi to you or smile at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, say have a nice day. We need that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I need it. You know what I mean? You know, and I know that now in my you know, in this chapter of my life, I understand it. I understand it well. And you know, not knowing the amount of time I have left on this earth, it gives me an uncertainty. Although it's the same certainty when I know that God is there. I know He's there, and I know that, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, He makes the final call. He makes the final choice on what happens with me. And I'm comfortable with that. It's a blessing one way or the other, man.